What's going on? This is Slay J, and I checked out 30 movies in 2024, and here are my quick thoughts on each movie. Alright, let's start off with Mean Girls. This is definitely a pass. They changed Regina's character too much and watered down the story. Next up, we have the Book of Clarence. I'm gonna have to say that that's a stream. It's very controversial. I enjoyed it, but it's still just a stream in my opinion. We have One Love, which is the story of Bob Marley, which is a stream. It's fun, but you're not missing out. Next up, we have Madam Web. That is a definite pass. It wasn't as bad as people said, but it's still bad. Next up, we have Dune Part 2. That is a buy. I didn't even have to see the first one. I wasn't lost at all. It was an entertaining movie. Great job. We have Ricky Stanicky. That is a buy. Pleasantly surprised with this movie. It's funny and has a great story. Next up is Godzilla X Kong, or Times Kong. Never figured that out. But we have this as a stream. It is a typical Godzilla movie. Full of action. It's worth checking out. We have A24's Civil War. I'm going to have to say that this is a pass. This is definitely overrated, and there was just a lot of unanswered questions. Next up, we have the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. This is a buy. Another pleasant surprise, great story, and good eye candy. Next up, we have Zendaya in Challengers. This is a stream. It is a decent movie, but the ending kind of dragged on. Next, we have The Idea of You. This is a stream. It's a good girlfriend experience if you need a chick flick. All right. We have The Fall Guy. This is a buy. It's hilarious and it has great acting. Definitely one of the top movies of this year. We have The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. This is a stream. Not the biggest fan of these movies, but it had a good story and is worth watching. Next up, we have the Amy Winehouse biopic Back to Black. This is a stream. Next up, we have A Quiet Place Day One. This is a stream. If you enjoy this franchise, you'll definitely like this movie, but I was kind of bugged by the main focus of a cat. It was kind of weird. Next up, we have Twisters. It's a stream. It's a good reimagining. It's worth seeing. That's all I really have to say. Alright, now we have Deadpool and Wolverine. This is a buy. I loved how they summed up the trilogy, and Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds' on-screen chemistry was fantastic. Alright, next up we have Trap. This is a buy. It's refreshing to see a new concept in this genre of movies. This movie was great. Has awesome music too. Check it out. Next up, It Ends With Us. This is a stream. It has a great soundtrack. The story was decent though. Alright, now we have Alien Romulus. This is a stream. They did a good job of reminding you the story of Alien. This is kind of like a prequel. It does have some decent jump scares. It's worth checking out. Next up is The Crow. I'm going to have to say that this is a pass. If CW were to produce a movie, this is what you would get. Alright, next up we have My Old Ass. This is definitely a buy. It's a great story, has a decent twist, and I loved Aubrey Plaza in this movie. Next up, we have Joker, Folie à Deux. This is a buy in my opinion. It's a great story behind the story. Next up, we have Smile 2. This is a stream. Much better than the first one. That's all I really have to say. And now we have Juror Number 2. This is a stream. This is definitely worth watching. It has a good story. It is a different concept. I think it's definitely worth checking out. Next up, we have Gladiator 2. This is a definite buy. Great cinematography and acting. This is a great movie. Next up, we have Dear Santa. This is the one with Jack Black. This is a buy. This is hilarious. Jack Black thrives when he works with younger actors. It's a fun Christmas movie too. I love how it's a new concept. Dark comedy. Great movie. Alright, next up we have Mufasa, The Lion King. This is a buy. This has great cinematography, good graphics. Next up we have Sonic 3. This is a buy. It has good acting. Can't go wrong with Keanu Reeves and Jim Carrey in a movie. It's a fun story. Check it out. And the last movie that I saw this year was A Complete Unknown. This is the Bob Dylan biopic. It's a buy. It's fantastic acting. Timothy Chalamet knocks it out of the park, and the music was fantastic. Overall, there were some great movies and not so great movies in 2024, but my move of the year has to go to Deadpool and Wolverine. Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds just stole the show. They're fantastic together. They did a great job of just summing up that trilogy. I just want to thank you for checking out my reviews this year. Stay tuned for more Slay J reviews in 2025, and stay nerdy, Planet Earth.